This is Ken Holla, and you're seeing this video because it is the beginning of your teaching tenure, and you either missed our first meeting or you're a brand new teacher that we hired at some point during the year. So if you could first fill out the tinyurl.com, stop the video, and fill out the information, I'd appreciate it. Secondly, let's go through the agenda that we had for our original meeting. We do have the county sending out aggregate grades every other week to all parents. But we'd like you to send the detailed emails every week with all the assignments, assessments, etc. Also a bit of a note saying that a test is upcoming or midterm, or we just finished whatever unit. As part of the grades, we'd like you to put NHI if a kid has not done an assignment. That NHI needs to be coded for equal to 0, so it averages in that way. Also make sure that you tell your kids that if they go down more than two or more letter grades on the midterm than the quarter grade, that they may be asked to come in to take all future assessments. As you all know, the county has come up with new guidelines, and because of that we have adapted our grades to meet that. So if you look at the bottom in your syllabus, it should say a couple things. One, that the Collaborate sessions are incredibly important, and you the student are expected to come. If not, I do want you contacting first by email if that in a very short fashion. If that does not work the very next week, then both a call to the student and the parent would be helpful. If that doesn't work, then a contacting the kid's counselor, and if that still doesn't work, then me, please. Secondly, our late policy is that a grade may be assessed up to 20%. That doesn't mean you must do it. It just means you can. If you feel that there is some reason that this would help improve the performance of the kid, if it's very occasionally is it late, then you might want to decide not to do it, or if you're working with a kid to do makeup work or whatnot, as opposed to a kid who's habitually late. The next thing on the agenda is, as I just indicated, if there's any problem with the student in the class, please, if emails not work, please contact the parent and the student by phone. Developing a personal relationship is really important. And as early as you can you loop the counselor in? When I did a tour of Fairfax County schools last spring, repeatedly I heard, well, we don't know till it's too late. And going along with that, where it says 5-day chat, not attending a chat or not doing any email not doing any work for 1 week, that does require you to send a note to the parent and the student. I would ask you CC the counselor on that, and likewise on 10 days I would like you to call and talk to the parent, obviously, as well as the student. We are going to be meeting, or maybe we've already met, depending on when you're looking at this, with me in small groups around the county starting in late October. The county is going to a learning model, which you can see here. This is for the schools that are going one-to-one, the so-called FCPS on. And we're already doing a lot of what they're going to be doing or already doing, which is the learner-centered environment. But if you were to follow the link on the PowerPoint that you'll also be receiving, you can get some great tools that can help you teach. The other thing we have here is remind.com. I would ask that you strongly ask that you consider doing it. It's a way to text students. They do not see your cell phone, you do not see theirs. It's all done through a third party called remind.com. You can set the reminders to go at certain times, so you can do it beginning of the week, beginning of the month, so you don't have to go in constantly. I would ask that you send one earlier in the week saying you should have started or completed these several assignments, and one before the chats, and maybe half an hour before each chats, and one, say, a day before the final work for the week is done. Kids tend to wait too long to do our work, and this way there would be some guilt, if nothing else, positive reinforcement of spreading their work out. And finally, just as I'm doing here with this video, I would ask that you make an introductory video that would go over the everything in your class, including how to get in Collaborate, showing literally the download Java and how all the windows pop up, showing how to turn in assignments, showing where the outline is, and you give that to your students before you meet with them. Give it to your parents, count it as back school night unless they want to meet with you. Give them a way to give you that feedback if they do, and if they do, then definitely set up a Collaborate session and meet with them. Here are the days of the week that you're going to be meeting with your students. Stop it and write it down, and that's pretty much it. So I've just gone over 5 minutes. That's about what I want you to do when you make your recordings for your students. Thanks.